Hi guys, what's going on? This is Namcraft. Welcome to this is Starcraft English commentary. We're back with a rematch of Ssak vs Rain, a series of nice, explosive, juicy kinds of games of Starcraft broodwar remaster. This is going to be the second set in the series. If you've not watched the first game, go ahead and do that. Actually, I was gonna release these videos as early, guaranteed to be epic. Early release for those who support me in the last 30 days, but at the last moment I decided, what the heck, just release it for everyone to enjoy. So that's what we have today. The first game went in favor of Rain. Now Rain is one of those players, if you don't know, he doesn't really play Brood War. He only started to play around the days of the ASLs. I mean, this guy is so talented. If you think Flash is talented, consider Rain. A player who doesn't really play Brood War, only play when the tournament comes around. He spends most of the time playing, LOL and Starcraft 2 and whatnot, and still win championship. He's the only player who have guaranteed to have at least one major title in both Starcraft 1 and Starcraft 2. Very, very talented kid. And I have a picture with him. If you don't know, this is me and Rain a long time ago, taken back in Korea when I was having some fun there. So let's put that away. This is going to be played on the map Radeon, a very much balanced map. Let me show you what this map looks like. Here it is. This is Radeon with Rain located at the top left and Ssak locating at the top right in the blue versus red colors. In terms of map stats for TvP, here's what we have. As you can see, Radeon is 53.7% win rate for Terran, so slightly more flavor towards Terran, but not by much. And we shall see where these guys are going to be scouting next. Looks like SV coming out towards the bottom right. He will meet the probe in the center of the map. Very interesting results here, and it looks like the probe's gonna move towards the top right the moment he sees that there's nothing in the bottom left. But I think by now, possibly, okay, Gateway, Zealot first, very interesting, double Zealot attack. This is very rare build from Rain. I don't know how it works on this map, but because we have a very wide ramp, it might work okay. Looks like this SV is still fumbling in the dark, so the Marine would possibly chase the probe away. The probe had a chance to actually go for a nice attack on that Marine, but he decided at the last minute to pull back, so I guess that is possibly understandable. The Zealot arrived now, and we will have the first attack of the game. He will come in, there's a single Marine, there's a second one coming down, and a third one getting made. But now I think Ssak has seen the situation. He's gonna get on the high ground. The probe is gonna take some hits here, but it will die very quickly. We have the Zealot. One of the Marine is slightly damaged, and there's gonna be some shots, and the Zealot needs to be micro perfectly. Does he find the Marine? He's gonna go for this. Not bad. Excuse me. So all of a sudden I was just choking on myself there, but anyways, in the last minute the Zealot's gonna have to back down. We do have a second Zealot coming through. This other Zealot's purpose is to buy time, but it died. These Marines are still alive, and the Vulture is getting made. The Vulture's coming through, so I think the fate is sealed for this Zealot, but he would try to do some shots. Yeah, the Vulture is about 40% done. He would take maybe one hit. Wow, amazing micro from Ssak, but he loses the first Marine now, so that's not very good. What is next? A third Zealot, and we're gonna be having an Andre blocking here. Very nice move from Ssak. Looks like the Zealot will be able to take maybe one more casualty. No, not even a single casualty, just a single kill, and that's it. The third Zealot will be hiding out here. Let's see if Ssak is going to be able to see it. Usually he should suspect that there's a third Zealot along the frame. He moves out with the Vulture right away. Why do we have a lot of probes coming out? Because the Dragoon is out here. Looks like the SCV possibly saw that Zealot is just going to start to attack now. He's going to turn around, and the Zealot is going to try to get on the high ground. No, he's going to go directly towards the command center. SCV is going to come down though. The Vulture is here. We need to snipe the Marine. Very nice, crazy battles on the field here. One Vulture will die. The Dragoon had a missed shot, but now it killed out the last of the Vulture. Where's the second? The second Dragoon needs to start to come out, and I think it's on the way. There it is. The second Dragoon is gonna move through. The Zealot's doing some good shot. The Zealot is very damaged, but not yet completely destroyed. These SVs are damaged as hell, but the Zealot start to go for the building. The SVs building the command center. We're gonna be having the tank now. Where's the tank going? Exactly, I'm not so sure. But keep in mind that behind this, Rain has not yet expanded. He will expand now. So whatever happens here, I think you know, Ssak is not so bad in a so bad situation, but now the last Dragoon attacking against the tank. The tank will need to get destroyed here. The tank is destroyed. We only have one single Marine remaining. There's gonna be a second tank coming through, and the second Dragoon, crazy, insane micro battles. We're gonna be having a bunker coming up. This Dragoon is doing good shot, but it would die now. There's gonna be the one tank that pops. Needs to kill the Marine, and go for the Marine, go for the Marine, go for the Marine. He gets the Marine, he gets one Marine, he gets two Marines, and in the last minute, he's gonna try to kill the tank, but that's gonna be impossible. But just get the Marine and not the tank. He gets yet another Dragoon, and that means that Ssak will need to rebuild more Marines to man that bunker. We're gonna be having Vulture and Mine. What is going inside of Rain space is gonna be going for Robot, about 40% done. The Nexus is, you know, about 60% done. I guess the command center for Ssak will complete before his enemy's Nexus. So what about that? This is gonna be 3 Dragoon. What about Dragoon range? Looks like it's done already. Triple gateway, similar to the first game between these two players. And it looks like there's gonna be some vultures coming out. Now, if you remember, Rain's previous run in the ASL, he's very good with Zerg, but he's against Zerg, excuse me, but he's not so good with Terran. He lost to Light 4-0, I think, in their finals, or maybe 4-1. But at least a 4-1. Looks like Ssak is going to be very cautious. He will be going for turrets. He starts to move out with some vultures, but behind this looks like Rain is staying exactly put. He's going to be going for triple gateway with observatory. So this is the way to go. I think Rain loves this bit. Rain is not a Reaver guy, to be honest. He is not a Reaver and Zealot and High Templar dropping. He's a Dragoon and Observer kind of guy. So we gotta be very careful here, because I think there's excuse me, there are some I'm supposed to hold on. How do I get the thing on the map, man? There's something else. There's supposed to be something here, right? Just give me a second, guys. Let me oh, there's gonna be a single Dragoon coming out to do some shots. Alright guys, I'm back. It seems like just in a second for you, but it was, you know, good goddamn 2 minutes for me, because I was looking up how to turn this goddamn thing on. But anyways, it's on now. Back to this game. We're gonna be having the Nexus, the third Nexus coming up for Rain. He's got his Observer coming out. He's got his 3 gateway and a good Robo, so this is okay for him. And Ssak is playing the same game that he's played in previous game, which is Double Factory. I guess it's a later Double Factory this time around. He's gonna be going for an Armory and just turling. This is the playstyle that Flash often does a lot. As you can see, he's making only siege tank now. Observer arrived, and let's see if this Observer can get an eye full of anything. Nothing at all. If we're trying to go in here, there is a turret here to cover. The Marine's gonna try to snipe it. Yeah, there's nothing inside the bunker now, but I guess you don't need it. He would try to snipe it the moment the turret sees it, but he's not able to see anything right now. There's a starport hidden in the corner, so that's great. And then we're gonna be seeing a third factory, so this is gonna be 3 factory production. But this time around, I think the economy is slightly better for Rain than it was in the previous game. Yeah, I mean, I don't really play Starcraft that much, but I know Rain is a robotics observatory kind of guy. He's not a Reaver guy. He's very unlikely for him to go for Reavers in these games. But anyway, Ssak just want to be completely safe. Of course, these two guys will be participating in the preliminaries of the next SSL, which I will be casting, I think, tomorrow. I'm not so sure, maybe the day after tomorrow, depending on the timing and the time zone. But keep in mind that I will not be casting it with the standard equipment. I will be using a cheap mic. Observer getting sniped there, slightly unfortunate for range, but for the time being, he's not doing so bad. That's going to be City Madoon. So the game will transition into a very nice macro-oriented game now. For the time being, Ssak is going to sit at home. He waits patiently for his upgrade. Second army, he's going to be going for a heavy army kind of play here. Very interesting. Vulture's laying some mine in the main base here, and there's going to be a 4 Vulture drop against space. Of course, these spawning position really favor drops for both of the players, to be honest. But I feel like Terran's got a slightly easier way to drop here, because these turrets are cheap as hell. Nice scanned. What he scanned here? I think he scanned the main. Possibly he's gonna load up some vultures and start to go over there. There's nothing here to spawn out. The observer is gonna arrive though, so this vulture will not be able to actually do anything useful. There's some Dragoon staying at home as well. Is there gonna be some cannons at some point? There might be. That's gonna be a Templar Archive, and looks like Ssak needs to be careful. He will see the Dragoon and he will turn around. Yes, he does. He does turn around. So I think he's gonna be looking for more openings. And what is happening here? There's a cannon here. He will go inside the main, and looks like there's a Dragoon here, and there's some Zealot in the area as well as some Dragoon. Looks like there's no cannon yet. He will start to lay something. He will go all the way to the main though. He will go all the way inside. There's a single Dragoon there. But these vultures are just perfectly placed, and he will kill a lot of probes in the process. But now the last bit, he gets how many probes? He gets, I think, 3 probes. All of the probes on gas were destroyed. Nicely done. So Rain, we need to put those units back. I think the dropship was sniped here, so that's the end of the drop here. We're looking at a 10-minute mark of the game, and Rain has got 112 supply, Ssak with 78. Let's take a look at the gateway count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 gateway for the Protoss player with Templar Archive and Stargate. As for Terrans, we have 4 factory, only a starport, and there's going to be a command center coming out. And in terms of upgrades, we have +1 on the Terran player and nothing yet for the Protoss player. There's going to be a slight engagement here. These Dragoons need to back down. They come through from both sides, but it's going to be some tanks on the high ground which will bleed up. These Dragoons going to have to pull back. He's going to try to snipe the tanks here. Zealot supporting. Zealot have legs now, which will drive the splash damage into the tank. But at the last minute, Ssak is doing much better. They need to kill that last tank. He will get it. He need to get it now. He doesn't get it. He does get it, but he eats a lot of mines in the process, and that was a heavy losses for both sides. But I think Ssak to the better exchanger because he still holds his ground. These tanks are nicely placed. Only if Rain has a shadow to fly around at that time, he will be in a much better position. But anyways, these two vultures going to be looking for some openings. The probes going to be hiding in the corner. These vultures will split up and go in their separate ways. And yeah, he would try to find that probe, and indeed he does find it. The probe doesn't even try to attack. He should have just tried to attack. Anyways, Dragoon's coming out to clear the minefield, and more stuff coming from the main. Do we have the what is it? The Arbiter Tribunal. We do have that. Stasis being researched. The first Arbiter is being made, and a bunch of Dragoons and Zealot and some cannons in the various locations. So we're going to be having a 4-base Protoss. This is a 3-base end as we are approaching the 12-minute mark of the game. So very nice attack so far between these two players. More Dragoons coming out to clear these areas. I feel like there's going to be some major battles happening, and this is a harbinger for what might come for the games of Rain in the upcoming SSL here. I'm so stoked to see Rain in the upcoming ASL. Who is here for Rain's second championship in the ASL series? Please raise your hand, please stand up, and please sit down. I'm just looking so much forward to it, although it's going to be very difficult for anyone to defeat Soki. He's just so strong right now. But of course, on a good day, a player like Snow or Mini might be able to take some games off of him, so that's that. But there could also be a Terran player, right? Of course, Flash is not playing in this SSL, but there are still very strong Terran players in the other places. Anyways, we're looking at a 12-minute and 58th second of the game. And what is happening precisely now? There's going to be some vultures doing some run by. What about some cannon? There are some cannons here. These vultures are going to try to go somewhere else, but they will just getting sniped. There's going to be no way for them to leave the area. And yeah, for the time being, Ssak 120 supply and Rain 180 now. I feel like, yeah, I think it's going to be trying to go for recall. The Arbiter is here, so Stasis is done. He's got Stasis research. He's got about 73 energy. I think with the Stasis research done, he's gonna look forward to do a nice strikes at some point in the future. We shall see. But anyways, looks like there's gonna be a Nexus. Very nice for Rain to take the forward base. I love it when the Protoss player go for the forward base instead of the backward base, especially when they have the Terran player cornered up like this. Now it's gonna be careful about the timing, because when you go for an attack like this, you want to make sure your probes are transferred before the attack begins, and they're safely mining. That's what you want to have. But anyways, this single vulture will not be able to see anything. It was with a probe, sure. But that's gonna be a major battle. That's gonna be insane stuff happening. There's a lot attacking. There's gonna be Stasis. Stasis is not getting cast. What is he doing? He's gonna Stasis. What is he? Okay, Stasis this, but it's very late. The Stasis is so late, but at least it's better than nothing. He will clear some tank. Nice mine drag into the tank. He will get the last of the tank. He needs to go towards the right side. That is going to be the right decision, because there are only 2 tanks on this side. He will get the first tank. Dragoons attacking. There might be tanks shelling from the high ground at some point in the future, but for the timing, he comes out. He will get another mine drag. Dragoons attacking nicely. He will get the last of the tank, which is great. There's going to be another siege tank in the back. Zealots attacking and driving the enemy into. You need to take off these siege units here. There might be tanks sieging on high ground at some point in the future. The Arbiter needs to go back and save itself. No, he loses the Arbiter. Slightly unfortunate. Zelle coming through and waiting to get this siege unit coming out of stasis here. The tank's gonna start to siege though, and we're gonna be having very nice time attack though. But will he lose all of the tanks? It looks like there's gonna be some major battles at the last minute. These are going to try to go out in here. The tanks were not sieging, but now we're going to be having Zelle leg attack again. Those unit. He's going to go and try all the way in the corner. He need to do some splash damage with the SCVs. But behind this, keep in mind this new Nexus come up. Need to start to transfer probes out there so you can support it with a nice economy. At the last minute, he gets some SCV. There's going to be some splash damage getting deployed here, but these Dragoons will be hiding all the way in the back. And that will be the end of this battle. This, of course, this last Dragoon will be hiding in the corner here, and more reinforcement coming from the back here. But Nexus coming up, we need to have probes getting transferred because 4 base has been mining for a while for range. Whereas this enemy is always going up in terms of upgrades, +2 weapons and +1 armor. Finally, we're going to be having probes getting transferred. Ssak is not so good with this either because during this time he could not send vultures out to go for any kind of probe hunting. If he was like a good Terran player, immediately after the battle is over, he should go out there and start to hunt for probes, but now it's too late. And these vultures are trying to get some openings, but there aren't any openings, and invisible Dragoons are just perfect to stop these vultures from running around. But anyhow, the game is not yet over. We are looking at the 16-minute mark of the game. Now we have how many bases for Protoss? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, soon to be 5, and then 6. Vulture's gonna try to get on the high ground. Of course, there's gonna be a cannon, and this probe will go and hide. We'll make some more cannons. And 3 bases for Terran, but very nice upgrade though for Ssak. Keep that in mind. And this game, Rain has not opted to go for high temperatures. He's not made high temperatures. He's made only arbiter, which is fine, right? Which is absolutely fine, but still, you know, it's not ideal not to have high temperatures against Terran in 2025. It's not ideal at all. Anyways, looks like there's gonna be a moment of, you know, calm before the storm here. We will have a recall, ladies and gentlemen. The arbiter comes through, and there are some mines here. There's gonna be some tank. He's gonna recall over the minefield. A lot of Zealot. There's a mine here. Drag the mine onto the freaking goddamn SCV. Man, these SCVs Zealots are getting stuck. And there's a mine explosion. No, it doesn't explode. That was a lot of forces getting bled in the process, and that was a lot of supply loss. But now some good splash damage against the SCV was okay. And I feel like there could have been a much better way to recall that. He could, instead of recalling here where there were very few SCVs, he could have recalled here, and he would have done a lot more damage. But anyways, the counterattack from Ssak is incoming, but Protoss doesn't have enough. This arbiter's got how much energy? He's got 9,800. It's gonna have enough for a nice stasis. He's gonna be super careful, and Ssak is gonna try to expand at some point. The arbiter gets Stayside though. Excuse me, he's got EMP, so that's not very good. And snipe immediately. Very nice upgrade for the Terran player, coming up with a huge advantage in terms of army. +3 weapons and +2 armor. Keep in mind, oh, these two Sansas are very close to the front line. They could have died any moment now. Keep in mind, there are no gateways on the southern side yet. There are just a few cannons, no gateways. So if Ssak can push hard against expansion, he will be able to do some major damage. Anyways, these tanks are gonna start to shell here, and very nice Zealot to get mixed up with the tanks. There's gonna be some splash damage, and Zealot's gonna bleed. It's gonna be a moment to retreat the Dragoons after the Zealot die. And indeed, those Dragoons gonna have to back up now. Ssak 134 supply, and Rain 134. The game is still raging on, but I feel like Ssak is gonna be gaining the momentum here. He also expanded towards this area. We're looking at the 18-minute mark of the game. These forces are gonna get pushed back, and finally we have some high temperatures. Do they have energy? They do have energy, but these tank shots are doing great damage against those forces. And look at this, guys. Looks like Ssak want to take the bottom left. He want to start to move over there. He's gonna try to lay some forces, but looks like you know, Protoss gonna come to this other side. There's 5 tanks starting to move over there, and there's got to be a way for Ssak to reinforce very quickly. There's some cannons, but does he have something coming out of the gateway? He does have some Zealot, which is nice. I need to reinforce right now because these cannons will fall very quickly. And looks like Rain is going to try to come over. Where are his arbiters? I don't see it. There's going to be, you know, forces concentrating from various sides here. And these probes are going to be hiding in the corner. The attack has commenced now. But there's so much Terran forces. It's going to be impossible, if at all, I think, for Rain to penetrate that. And so many probes were lost in the transfer back home as well. So that's going to be not very good. And as you can see, the gateway production is rather late. You wanted to build your gateway very quickly, you know, and you have good production during this entire time, but he doesn't have it now. Nice positioning of the army, good D-matrix. There might be an EMP on those 2 high temperatures, but at the last minute, Rain clears the area. Maybe this tank is buying a lot of time, but look at this, guys. Tanks getting on the high ground now. Unless we have an arbiter that has some nice recall, that would be great. But now there's going to be you know, sandwich from both sides. What are these Dragoons doing? Attack! He's not attacking, he's retreating. And this base is hanging out here with a lot of, with potential for attack here. At the last bit, looks like this time is going to be shelling. These gateway didn't produce anything. There's no pylon. He's making some Zelle up, but that's it. I think this base will be falling very soon. There might be a splash damage. No, there isn't any Dragoons coming from the downside, but it's going to take a long way for the Dragoons to get up there. It's going to be impossible. He will be losing every single probe. There's not even a pylon. Everything got unpowered. Everything got unpowered. It's going to be impossible for Mr. Rain to do anything here because he suddenly loses 2 of his richest bases. He's got nothing. He might try to go for a counter attack. Now this Arbiter's got 1 stasis and that's it. But if he loses the entire bottom map, the game is over. So I guess Rain will be losing this game because he's just mining out of 2 fresh bases. The rest of the bases are not so good. He's clearing the mines one by one, and this is the problem when you don't play with you don't play with Shadow. Anyways, this is gonna be the final battle. Now he comes to, he does some great mind drag, but I think that's gonna be the end here. This Arbiter is already EMP'd. Rain is running out of forces. He's behind by about 30 supply. He clears some tanks, which is nice, but that is gonna be the end of the battle. So thanks a lot for watching this game. If you've enjoyed this video, buy me a coffee. I guess it's not over just yet. It will be over soon. Because there's no way Rain can come back with a 40 supply deficit. The second Arbiter goes through, but there's nothing that he can do. Fresh troops coming from Rain. Great, not bad. But yeah, it's gonna be pretty much futile, I think. The last of the tanks are shelling the Dragoons. There's only 7 Dragoons. What a crazy mind drag to get out the rest of the Dragoons here. And in the grand scheme of things, it was nice fight from Rain, but not enough. Thanks for your attention, and I'll see you in the next cast. Bye bye.